Hello everyone, it's Eric here, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing the Green Stuff World Extra Opaque paint. I've been using this paint for a while now, and I gotta say I really like it. It's most of the colors are really opaque, and some of them go down in one coat, some of them need a little bit more, but I thought I'd demonstrate what they can do. So I have some shields here that I'm going to demonstrate some of the red, yellow, blue, and khaki or bone color or cream, white, and then I'm going to demonstrate mixing them. So first I'm going to prime these really quick. I know when I wanted to just get some paint on a model without worrying about getting rattle can or airbrush out and waiting for the primer to really cure, I just put some AK 3rd Gen black on it. Its grip is so good that it can stick to plastic like as if it's primed. So I'll show you. Okay, here we can see this shield with one coat of the AK 3rd Gen black, and you can see it gets really nice coverage with just one coat. And this really isn't primer, and I don't know if it has the same properties. I don't think it would, but for something that's kind of a test like this, I'm not too worried about proper primer and paint adhesion. So I'm just gonna test these colors really quick. Okay, so the first color I'm going to test is Scab Red. Okay, I noticed it came out very thin, so yeah, this is quite thin, believe it or not. So let's see how it performs. Wow, so far it's really nice. It's really strong. It's covering really well. Wow, so far this is really nice. And this is just one coat, one thin coat. I haven't thinned it down. It is on a wet palette, but yeah, very nice. This color is very thin, like the max formula for the Green Stuff World paints, but I'll wait for this to dry and then see how it looks. And here we have it after one coat. Still needs, some parts still need to dry a little bit, but we can see very nice coverage over one coat. Yeah, this is really nice. All right, second color is Blue Base. Now these colors are said to be a little bit less saturated than like a traditional blue color, but they're not so desaturated that they don't really read as a pretty strong blue. But compared to a normal, really kind of normal, like a ultramarine blue, it is a bit more muted, but it's still pretty strong. Wow, this is quite nice. And even if you are trying to get a very saturated color, this could be a really nice base coat, and then you just put one layer of the more saturated color over it to kind of filter it almost to get that extra saturation. But this is doing like the foundation or the bulk of the, just covering the primer. Just a solid base coat really quickly. All right, now we just need to let this dry a little bit, but it looks really good. All right, I notice when anyone makes a video about testing a paint and its opacity, people want to see a yellow, a white, maybe like a bone or cream color. So I'm going to test out the yellow over black because that's what we all want to know. Now I notice this yellow paint is way thicker than the darker colors, and I feel like maybe they just need to try to make it thicker so they put more pigment in it because it's yellow and it's naturally a harder color to cover. So I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, this is a color you might want to thin down a little bit, but I'm not going to. Just because I want to see how strong it can cover with one coat without dilution. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. We're getting there. Yeah, this is really nice. I'd say it's not quite at one coat coverage, but I mean, if you've ever worked with yellow before, you'll know this is pretty good. And again, this is over black in one coat. So now I'm going to thin it down just a smidge, and then I'm going to put another coat on when this first one dries, and then I'll show you what that looks like. All right, I just hit it with a hair dryer real quick, and here we can see this is after one coat. You can still notice some streakiness, but overall, very nice for one coat over black with yellow. So this is exciting. I'm going to thin it down just a little bit just to help it flow a little bit more. And I'm going to apply a second coat. And again, I am kind of rushing a little bit just because I don't want this to take forever. So you might notice some bubbles or whatever, but it's not a big deal. This is just demonstrating the potential of the paint. It is interesting that these paints do have a pretty noticeable smell. I'm not saying it's bad. It's interesting. Okay, here we are after two coats. It's looking really good. It does still look a little streaky, so I think I could use a third coat, so I'm going to do that really quick. Okay, here's the third coat applied. It's looking a lot better. It's almost there. I think it needs maybe one more thin coat, so I'll be right back with that. And here we are after the fourth coat. Still a little wet, but it's basically fully opaque now. 4 coats over black. I know that may sound like a lot, but for yellow, that's actually pretty good. I feel like normally you might need like 9 or 10 coats. So very nice. And yeah, let me dry it and then show you what it's like. Okay, here we are after the fourth coat, and this may not be the yellow that is super saturated, but you could easily just layer over this with any yellow you wanted to. The point is that the base coat is there, the foundation is there. So yeah, very happy with this. And I know the red and the blue. This is purely one coat over black, and it's pretty much all the way there. But yellow is a special case where you need a little more effort. So now let's try khaki bone. Yeah, this also is quite thick, so I feel like it seems like for colors that you normally have a harder time getting good coverage on, they make it extra thick, or they're adding extra pigment or something. I don't know. I'm not a chemist, so let's see how it performs. All right, this is looking really good so far. Again, I'm just applying it with no dilution. So normally you might want to add a little water to it or thinner or something, but I just want to see what it can do without any dilution. Oh man, this is nice. If my 12-year-old self knew this was possible, he'd be very happy. Okay, here we are after one coat. I think it's covered a good bit better than the yellow, but I still think it could use another coat for full strength. All right, I just hit it with the hairdryer. Now let's try a second coat. Again, going pretty much full strength on it. All right, so this is after only 2 coats. It's basically fully there. Could possibly use a third, but I'd say it's almost like 80-90% there. So very nice. I'm very impressed. All right, now we're going to be testing white, gypsum white. So I know white is, the hardest color, most people think. So let's see how this fares. This white is far thicker than the other colors. This is pretty good. It's kind of like the yellow. It's not fully covering, still a little streaky, but I think it's solid so far. Let me finish this coat and then we'll see. So here we are after one coat with basically no dilution. You can see it's still pretty streaky. All right, let's apply a second coat. All right, here we have a second coat. It's really coming together. It's not quite there, still a little streaky, but not bad for two coats. Really, really nice. So it's even a little easier to work with than the yellow. All right, on to the third coat. All right, here we are after three coats. And I mean, I feel like if you really wanted perfect coverage, you'd need maybe like one or two more coats and then you'd be pretty much set. But I know when working with some of the GW paints, it would take me like 9 coats to get a solid white, and even then it was kind of iffy. So this doesn't read as like especially chalky. It is fairly smooth. It's really nice. I'm gonna give this one more coat and then I'll show you. All right, here we have 4 coats and it's looking really nice. So here we have the scab red, which is 1 coat, the blue base with 2 coats. We have the blazing yellow with 4 coats, khaki bone with 2 coats, gypsum white with 4 coats. Now I'm going to try to mix these paints and show you what I can do. But first I'm going to lay down a base coat of pickle green onto the skin. This is covering incredibly well. I think the darker colors, or any color other than the white, the yellow, or the khaki, just covers almost in one coat. It's really remarkable. I mean, I haven't tried the War Paints Fanatic, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if they can match this. If they can, that would be really great, since they have such a huge selection of colors. The extra opaque paints from the Green Stuff World, there's 24 colors, but they are very affordable. Of course, with the caveat of, as far as I can tell, you can only really get them from ordering from Green Stuff World directly, and they're in Spain. So yeah, shipping time to the rest of the world isn't the fastest. All right, now I'm going to mix a really nice, vibrant yellow-green skin tone for this arm. As you can see, the coverage is still good even after mixing in these kind of colors that don't cover as well as some of the others. And I mean, it's almost a full coverage at this point, but I'm gonna go in for one more coat. All right, I think we have pretty much full coverage in 3 coats, but probably could have done it in 2. So I gotta say, I'm really impressed with these extra opaque paints. I mean, a lot of them, especially some of the darker colors, they cover in pretty much 1 coat and you're good. So I totally recommend this range. I think it's a great value. Each bottle is only like $2.59, but you do have to kind of order these from Spain. So depending on where you live, that might take a little while and be a bit more for shipping. But definitely give these a thumbs up. I would totally recommend trying them out. I'm probably going to be hopefully trying out the War Paints Fanatic from Army Painter somewhat soon, hopefully as soon as I can. So as soon as I get those, I will let you know what I think. So this is Eric. Hopefully we can all learn how to paint things faster and in fewer coats and with less headaches. So hope you guys are having a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.